Agent Denham, how long have you been with the FBI?
17 years.
17 years. And you've been investigating Jordan for what? How many things? How many different violations?
17 months now.
17 months. And are you trying to bring in a RICO case, or do you know what your team is pursuing?
Rather not talk about it right when he's here, but we've had suspicions, and we're investigating them lightly.
Are you a family man? Do you have a family?
I do. Been at this for 17 years now, and met her in my 7th year of being with the FBI.
Do you work long hours?
Yeah, that's part of the struggle. I do random stuff at random times. I'm very focused. She knows that, but that's why I married her, because she's willing to put up with it.
What inspired you to become an FBI agent?
There's a line in life, and not that I think I know where the line actually is, but I do know where some of the lines are, and I like to uphold that.
Okay. So you believe in justice?
Yeah.
What's your greatest fear?
Well, I got 2 kids. Not being there for them. You know, it's a tough gig. You got to do a lot of stuff. People coming around the corner. There's a lot of training, and I use all of it because I need it. But you can't control everything.
What makes you angry?
The clearly unjustified people who do things to innocent people who take advantage.
Jordan, now you brought your company up from nothing. So what would you say your philosophy of life is?
Well, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing here. Well, if I am here, I'm certainly not getting paid enough, because I run this city. This is my city, and it's scumbags like him who disrupt me from doing my job. I wouldn't necessarily compare myself to, Gandhi or a president or anything like that, but I would say I impact the local lives more than they do.
So how many employees do you have?
More than I can count.
What's the most generous bonus you've ever given to an employee?
I'd say when times are tough, and I've seen good friends of mine being heart-wrenched right out of their homes, I would say I'm very generous, up north about $500,000.
What do you love most about your wife?
Me and my wife's relationship is tough. She doesn't really understand. She doesn't really understand what I'm doing, where I'm coming from, and she doesn't necessarily agree with all my decisions.
Okay. Do you think you always make the right decision?
I question myself time to time, but in the end it always seems to work out.
Do you think there's a fine line between what's legal and what's illegal?
I mean, who is there to decide that? What is legal? What is legal? We live on Earth. We're all men, all created equal. I think the way that I've got my money, I think the way that I've climbed to the top, I think the way that I've pushed, that I've grind is a just way.
What's your greatest fear?
Greatest fear? Being poor.
What makes you angry?
When scumbags like him try to take everything I own.
Okay. Agent Denham, how do you want to be remembered when you die?
You only get so many moments when you're alive. and you don't know how many there are, I just try to take the good road every one of them. And one day, that road will be paved, and a lot of people will travel.
Well, they ultimately say right will prevail. Okay. Jordan, how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a god. I want to own this city. I want to be remembered by my friends as a leader that they followed to their wildest dreams.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Pumpkin, tell me how did you meet Honey Bunny?
It was really odd. So we were both in this bank and everything was normal, everything was chill, and all of a sudden I was reaching in my bag and I was reaching for my gun and I saw she was doing the same thing. And I just knew that I had to go and meet her. And we were just such a team. It was amazing.
We robbed the hell out of that bank.
So you've been actually, earning a good living with the heists you've had, yeah?
Pretty good. Some are better than others. Just depends on the place, the time, but things are changing, man. They're constantly changing, and it's really hard to keep with the times, especially with everything that's been happening with everyone else lately.
And explain that.
People are either dropping dead or ending up in prison. It's crazy.
Have you ever served time?
No, I've never gotten caught.
How about you, Honey Bunny?
Hell no. We put those masks on, nobody knows who we are.
Would you be willing to... Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes, obviously. Like, I don't want to kill anybody, but like sometimes they just force you to do it, you know what I mean?
If you have to, you have to.
Have you ever killed anyone, Honey Bunny?
No. But
Do you
for
think you
Pumpkin
could?
I would.
Huh?
For Pumpkin I would.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you like to do? What's your favorite thing to do when you have time off?
That's a hard one. Honestly, I just like living life. Going, taking my girl out, doing amazing things, dancing, making her just feel like the princess she is.
I like to, some days we'll dress up really nicely and we'll go to hotels and we'll persuade rich white men to dance with us. We'll get them drunk and then we'll take them back to their hotel rooms and then we'll steal their wallets when they pass it on the bed.
Oh, that's fun.
It's so fun.
If you could go anywhere in the world, Pumpkin, where would you go?
I think I would go to probably the Bahamas and just go into a giant hotel room and treat my beautiful Honey Bunny to the best vacation of her life, making her feel like this could be our forever.
It is our forever. What else could it be?
Forever.
Honey Bunny, is there any place in the world you'd like to go to in addition to the lovely holiday that Pumpkin has planned for you?
You know, I don't need no fancy vacation, but I would like a nice little home on the south side. Or maybe we can have a couple of our own. Adoption, of course. I mean, how else are we going to do it? But raise a couple of kids, teach them our ways, teach them to be good people, and to provide. That would be my happiness.
Pumpkin, what's your worst childhood memory?
There's kind of a lot. I didn't have best childhood. It was foster home after foster home. No one really giving a shit about me. And I think it was when I left. I left when I was about 16 years old. I just lived in tents or squatted at people's houses, apartments, and I hit bottom until I realized that there was this whole other life where I could provide for myself and take from people who really don't need it.
So you consider yourself a fighter?
Definitely a
And
fighter.
a survivor?
Survivor. It's like in this lifetime, that's what you have to be. It's either you fight or you get killed.
How about for you, Honey Bunny?
My worst childhood memory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest of 7. And my mom's a no good whore. And my dad's a drunk. And I look just like my mom. So when Daddy would get drunk, I would be the one cooking in the kitchen, cleaning up the house, taking care of the fucking babies. And Daddy would come and hit on Mommy, except Mommy wasn't fucking Mommy. Mommy was 14-year-old me in the house, protecting those goddamn kids. That's my worst fucking childhood memory.
Is Pumpkin the first person who's really been accepted you for who you are and loves you for who you are?
Pumpkin's the only person that's been there in my life. Everyone else, they're there for a reason or a season. Everyone else has just been there for a season. Pumpkin is in my life for a reason. We've been together since we was 13.
Pumpkin, how do you want to be remembered?
As a legend, the person who could do anything that she wanted, the person who could stop those big ass fucking corporate assholes in their tracks and make them realize they are not the best thing in the world.
Honey Bunny, how about you? How do you want to be remembered?
You see, maybe nobody will remember my face. But if they do, I'm gonna go out in a blaze of glory. I'm gonna pull the biggest bank heist. No one's gonna catch me. And I'm gonna do it with Pumpkin by my side.
So you're okay with being notorious?
Hell yeah.
Always.
Thank you.
Thank you.